All right, another day. Uh, Spent a lot of time last night and this morning. Lost in a sea of confusion over model numbers for Safariland holsters for the Gen 5 34 MOS with the front serrations and the 509T. We've gone back and forth. I've tried to find videos, forum posts. You got lots of guys giving you contradictory information sometimes. Some of these are saying if you have a Gen 5 with the front serrations, when you pull that up on the holster finder on Safariland, it's all 7 series holsters. So I guess they redesigned it to accommodate the front serrations, so it's a better fit. And I don't know how that factors into the 509T and the closure of the hood for the protection of the dot. And after a while, you start scratching your brain because they have so many different model variations with different suffixes, and you're not quite sure which one to go with. And I know people like Noah are like, just buy anything and go. I've made a lot of sacrifices. I've lost a lot of money doing this consolidation stuff. I'm this close to the goal. I don't want to just be rash and make an impulse buy of what might work, only to be disappointed that it doesn't. So I'd rather take the time to do the diligence to make sure I get what's right for me. It's going to be a holster that I'm going to keep for a long time, that I'm going to run in classes, and I just want it to be the perfect one for this gun. So it's a little confusing. Lost in a sea of different models. Now, when you pull up the holster finder, they're all 7 series. I assume that's because of the front serrations, and they added so it's a much better, tighter fit. I'm not sure how the 509T factors in to the height for the hood closure. But if anybody has a Gen 5 34 MOS with the front serrations, and they're running a dot like the 509T or the Acro, I guess. That's pretty tall. And they have a detailed model I can focus on. I'd appreciate it because I can't believe how many different submodels they sell of these things. And after a while, it gets confusing. As far as the battle belt idea, I'm still looking at different companies. Still wondering if I should just grab a belt and kind of kit it out a little bit with some add-ons versus the all-in-one. There's various different companies. I'm getting lots of different feedback. Lots of companies I've never even heard of. People are suggesting. It's like an endless sea of companies that make these things too. So it's overwhelming, to say the least. But I'm this close. So I'm not going to rush the last 2 important bits of my training kit just to appease people who want to see me take a class about 2 weeks sooner. I want to have what's right. It's going to have to last me a while, so I want it to all be as perfect fit as possible. And that's where I'm at. As far as today, we got some duck stuff showing up Monday, I think it said. Those parts. That's for the ADM, for the redemption of that horrific failure of a 2 months into guns, kind of blind and autistic attempt at staking. We'll get that off of there and give it a nice shiny new set to be staked at some point at an undetermined later date. There's Mr. Sexy right there, Mr. Radiant. I love that damn thing. I think it turned out fantastic. And we have to go shoot that bitch with the can and without. Love how this turned out. Just like having another gun behind the door. Seems cool. As far as today, the 2 dust covers are arriving from 2A Tactical, I think is the name of the place. And those dust covers are the FTE and the ODG I mentioned. That's going to go on. The Geisley 10.5 is going to get one, probably the ODG. The Redacted is going to get the other one, and we'll get those 2 kind of buttoned up back to where they need to be. And then I'm going to make a determination what to do with the Redacted and with the bad build. And, of course, the Sun's Angry Patriot. I may start to list those out on some sites. Anybody I've sold stuff to, I'd really appreciate if you could throw me a vouch in some of these groups. Jake Merrick doesn't have the best name with all the snob hate that's gone on the last 17 months or so, 18 months. So when I don't want people to think poorly of me when they hear Jake, oh, he's a cringe poor. I'm a solid dude who gives good deals and who ships and sends information constantly through the process to reassure people. So I could appreciate a little bit of a vouch in the groups that matter. You guys know which ones those are, you know. So when I list, it's just they're not just disregarded. Was I wouldn't buy from that guy. I've heard this and that about him, you know. So I could use a little boost just for the final end game of the. There's not too much more that's going to be let go of anytime soon. So I could use a little help in that area if possible. And that's about it for now. I'm gonna have some more coffee. And today is Friday. So surgery's Monday. As far as going to the range to get some shots on the Radian, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to shoot for tomorrow. I still have mags. I threw all the rest of the Eggman in the cans, still sealed. Grab some of it out. I'm going to load some mags. I'll probably grab another stack out. I'm not going to bring a ton of ammo for the shots. You know, maybe try to conserve my ammo for the classes. So, I don't know. What are these, 20 bucks? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. I'll fill like 6, 7 mags or something like that. I'm not going to go nuts. Just want to basically go visit the can, get some shots on the Radian. I think I'll take the SAR. I'll load up some 9 with some of the brass. And I really want to get some shots. And, of course, I'll be bringing the Glock 34 and the SIG 365 XL. For some first shots on the Holosun probably too. So that's on the agenda. That's the plan. Other than that, we'll just play it by ear. Thanks for all the feedback, dudes. Appreciate it. And, you know, did a little cleanup. Got a little more to do. A little more organizing. But trying to get the place back in some decent shape and not be a sea of boxes and chaos. Have a wonderful day. Until next time, your pal Jay. Your Huckleberry.